Young, VY, the man, uh, brought Texas the first championship in 50 years. Did it all by himself at some times. Numerous games where it was strictly on his back and he had to do it, and he did it. Found a way. We'll never see another person like him. I was in college during his career there, and it
Yeah.
was it really painted the way I like to feel while watching football, and
Yeah.
so it really brought the soul crushing decade of us being bad. It really like multiplied it by a lot, because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't
Right.
you don't understand. I saw us lose like
Yeah.
3 games total while he was here, and here we are losing like 5, 6, 7 games a season after that. Insane. The way he could run, he could cover like 6 yards with like one step. The way he could
Right.
run is
He
it
was a
was like he was
strider.
like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Long legs,
Yeah.
and even if you got hands on him, he could still just shove you off because he weighed as much as
Right.
he was like 250 or something like that, 260,
I
6'5".
You bring up the good point about his strides, because I remember he was a very long strider, but like I'm thinking Josh Allen. Josh Allen's long strides, he's not necessarily fast. Vince Young had long strides and he's freaking
was like,
fast.
right.
So, man, on Vince, that's another one. Like Kobe, seriously.
Right. Yeah. Just if he doesn't even need to have a play, he just, if there's no one open, he just runs and gets a first down. It wasn't fair. It was like a cheat code.
Right. You know what it reminded me of? I guess present day example. Did you see the South Carolina Clemson conclusion this year? The last drive, South Carolina was going down the field and Lenora Sellers had the ball.
Yeah.
And it just, I'm not saying Sellers is Vince Young level, but as far as in that specific game,
In that
watching
moment,
it, yeah, like realizing that like he's gonna do something,
yeah,
and Clemson
game
can't
on
do
his
anything.
back, he will figure out a way. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So you
Those
saw
types
it.
of players, though, they'll be remembered forever, no matter what team they play for. Those types of players are 1 in a million.
Yeah, like, man, I remember that USC game, watching it, just knowing like it was freaking USC, right?
Right.
But like it didn't matter.
They're going for their 3rd consecutive title.
Right.
They've lost like 1 game in 3 years. Man.
Where were you watching that game?
At my house. I had a cousin that got tickets, but I was a poor college student. I couldn't go. I couldn't afford that.
It's kind of more fun, I feel like, chilling at home, or maybe a watch party or something.
Yeah. And then I hopped in my truck and turned the Texas Fight song on my iPod and blasted and just drove around my neighborhood. It was awesome.
Man,
never forget that.
That's great. I live in Florida Panhandle, right? So there's a lot of Tide fans here, and I was watching the Iron Bowl outside one night, and it was the year. It was a big game where Bama like won it miraculously at the end. I think it was the overtime game or something, and the whole neighborhood, you could just hear people like shouting, because I'm in the country. So it's like, oh, there's a lot of people that care around here. So, but Young just, I think about, remember the Jordan game against the Utah Jazz in the playoffs back in the day? That's another example, different sport. Right. But like, you remember watching Jordan being like, dude, LeBron does it present day. Like, they just know if they need to take over, they will.
They will. Yeah. I can't imagine having that type of skill or confidence to just say, okay, I got this. No worries.
It's insane.
Insane.
I just posted a question, got the people going. I did a Florida versus Tennessee tweet. You know how that goes. Secondary oranges going at it. And I did DJU or Nico. And freaking like, I'm DJ for the same reason you said. Like, between those two, he has little film from this past year, but you could just tell with DJ, like against LSU, I think it was, and Ole Miss, like he just balls in his hand, he's poised. It reminds me a lot of Vince Young. So good